In other news this afternoon, the number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits rose last week. This news comes despite signs that the U.S. labor market is rebounding from last year's coronavirus recession.
Yeah, jobless claims rose by 18,000 to 206,000, still low by historical standards. Altogether, 1.8 million Americans were receiving traditional jobless benefits in the week that ended December 4th. Well, today we are joined by Mark Hamrick, Senior Economic Analyst from Bankrate. Mark, thanks for joining us. We appreciate your time and expertise. Let me ask you, why do you think unemployment claims are going up again?
Well, this is a very minor movement, and let's remember this is bouncing off of the previous week's low, which was the lowest in 52 years. And over those 52 years, by the way, the workforce and the population have grown significantly. And this is a seasonal adjustment issue. If you look at the not seasonally adjusted or the the number that is not smoothed over statistically, it actually was on the decline this past week. So I think the reality is that fresh job loss is not the key issue for the economy. Obviously, it can be significant for the individuals or households involved, but really these are remarkably low numbers for new applications for unemployment insurance.
You know, Mark, we see the holidays affect so many different sectors in our country and industries. Do the holidays have anything to do with these numbers?
Not in terms of the job loss. If anything, we're seeing hundreds of thousands of jobs being added for the holiday season in retail and warehousing and distribution. Part of that is to accommodate the huge rise in online sales we've had over the past couple of years. And retailers are welcoming people back to brick and mortar as people have just sort of relished the opportunity to get back out into the world despite the emergence of the variant. So I think that overall the job market's in pretty good shape. The unemployment rate nationally at 4.2% in the latest month. That's approaching the realm that the Federal Reserve considers to be full employment. We know the key issue for employers really is that 11 million job openings as of last count, and not as many people applying for those jobs as they would like.
So Mark, what do you think has to happen to keep then the labor market growing and rebounding and rebuilding?
Well, first of all, the overall strength of the economy, as measured by such things as GDP, is historically robust. Here in this current fourth quarter, the last quarter of the year, the estimates for GDP are somewhere between 6 and 7% on an annualized basis. But remember that over the long term, we've averaged about 2% in the U.S. We're still on the rebound from the downturn during the early days of the pandemic, and we really need to see a shift on spending on services, having really already gotten back to pre-pandemic levels with goods. Obviously, inflation is a huge issue, and that's why the Fed is signaling that we'll probably be in for several interest rate hikes in the new year.
Mark Hamrick from Bankrate. We appreciate your time, Mark. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ben and Brett. Happy holidays.